Happy Valentine's month, everybody. I'm the Sliders Review, and I'm here today to share with you some of my favorite Valentine's Day episodes from TV shows or even movies. Not everything is all lovey-dovey. Sometimes Valentine's Days deal with heartache and everything. So, some episodes will be romantic and lovey-dovey, while others will be very sad and heart-wrenching and stuff. But love is love. It doesn't always come with smiles and giggles and glee. So I'm here today to talk to you about The Batman Season 4, Two of a Kind. This is the retelling of the Batman animated series comic book Mad Love, where the Joker meets Harley Quinzel for the first time, corrupts her, and turns her into Harley Quinn. And the comic was written by Paul Dini. The episode from Batman The New Adventure was written by Paul Dini. And of course, now, just like I said before in my last video, that this episode was written by Paul Dini. And he reimagined it for a more modern time. Because this was like the early 2000s when this show came out. And of course, Batman the Animated Series came out in the early 90s and stuff. So nearly in a decade. So that was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying? And I like this retelling. When you do reboots, you have to make it clever. You have to make it similar to the old thing, but also new and bring something different. And that's what they did with this. The entire Batman series brought something different. It reimagined all of the villains and redesigned them. It kept Batman, Batgirl, and Robin for the most part similar to what they were in their comic designs, because DC's big rule is don't screw with Batman. Superman or Wonder Woman, keep them for the most part looking the way they do. But now they changed that to where people can kind of spice things up. But back in the days of the Justice League animated series, they had to keep the designs exactly the way they were in the comics and stuff. And so with this, it's really interesting because the Joker redesign is dramatically different. The dude has huge buck teeth and crooked teeth, and it's he has a mane of hair. Now, some have debated, is his hair just long? Or is it dreadlocks? Don't really know, but I do know a black actor voices him. However, we did see one glimpse of what the Joker looked like before he turned into the Joker, and he was that of a white man. So, can't really tell. But then again, white people have dreadlocks too, like hippies and stuff. So, who knows? You know what I'm saying? I remember when Jared Leto got, cast as the Joker, I'm all he had long hair at that time. I'm like, oh, okay, so he's probably gonna do the long hair type Joker, similar to that of Batman. But then he cut his hair, only to come back for the Snyder cut to have long hair again. So that always reminded me of that. So with this, Joker and his hench guys are trying to steal, I think art or something like that. And they first get foiled by Batgirl, then Robin, and then Batman himself. Now, Batman's chin got redesigned in the 4th season. In the first 3 seasons, it was more pointy. And of course, because fanboys and fangirls couldn't get over themselves, they changed it to look more like the Bruce Timm look. So now he has more of a square jawline and stuff. Personally, for me, I think they should have kept their original, just because that was their thing, you know what I'm saying? It made them unique. However, I do like the square jaw, so, either way, but I still think they should have kept with their thing. And not always give in demands to that of the fans and stuff. I know they changed the intro to make it sound more like the Adam West thing. And that was always kind of weird. I always liked the original one, because this show came out after the Nolan Batman Begins, and they tried to copy that and everything. So, the Joker, him and his hench dudes are they're trying to steal stuff. They fight Batman, Robin, and Batgirl. The hench people get, captured while the Joker, jets off away on a skateboard. And it's funny because his helmet is in the shape of Okay, it's red with gold wings on it. Da 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 da. The Flash, and this was before the Flash even showed up in this series. So yeah. So then, Batman tells Batgirl and Robin, like patrol the streets because he has an engagement. What is that? He has to be on a talk show. And who is the host of this talk show? Harleen Quinzel. This Harleen Quinzel is like in her early 20s, well, mid 20s or so. And she has her own talk show, similar to that of like Wendy Williams or like Dr. Phil or something like that. And so one thing she likes to do is bring all these people over and kind of like embarrass them a little bit and talk about their love life. And she has Bruce Wayne on there. And he thought he was there to talk about like a charity. Nope, she surprises him with one of his exes. And one of his exes all like, oh, took me out to dinner and said like, oh, an emergency came up and then, oh no, a phone call came up and then he left her with the bill and all this other stuff. So he's totally embarrassed. He's totally pissed off and he does not like being there. And Batgirl and Robin thinks it's funny. And then the Joker is watching the show. He loves this show. And so like he can't stand Bruce Wayne because he's rich and the Joker is not. And so he ends up calling and making fun of Bruce and everything. Bruce recognizes his voice and all like, you know what, I'm done. And he just leaves the show. Well, she got warned by her producers to stop doing crap like this. Of course, she didn't, and she gets fired. So she gets fired on air. And Joker sees this, and he's all like, this is the perfect opportunity to corrupt her and everything because she's vulnerable. So it is a retelling. See, she has a psychology degree, but she got it online, taking online classes and stuff, as opposed to her being a clinical psychiatrist in the other series, and her wanting to talk to the Joker and Arkham and stuff. Now it's him, just like in the original one, he pursues her by like, all this other crap. So when he shows up, he has like a flower, which is a reminiscence of the original series. And he tells her, like he wants to hang with her and all this other stuff. And she's all like, I've been wanting to talk to a troubled mind and yours is like perfect and everything. And so he's like, oh, so you're going to milk me for all the money you can. She's like, well, I'll split 50-50 with you. And so he's all like, you got Moxie, kid. And he hates Moxie. And so he feeds them to the hyenas. And so he calls the hyenas to eat her up. But then she tells them to shut up and sit down. And they actually do it. So that impresses him. So he tells her, you should start hanging with me and doing all this bad stuff. And she's like, I don't know. So then he convinces her by telling her, look, we'll disguise you so nobody knows who you are. So for her, she can keep her identity a secret while going around and wreaking havoc on the city. Basically, she's the bad girl who likes to do bad stuff but doesn't like getting caught. And so, like, of course, he dresses up in a classic Harley Quinn outfit, but it's slightly altered from that of the original series. The little earpiece things, the droopy things, they're a lot bigger and puffier. I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes in some angles they look good, and other angles they don't. Now her outfit still looks red and black, but it's not really black. It's a dark red, and then there are like red bright streaks on it to give it like that leathery shine, because it shows all about leathery shine and everything. And so they go out and they wreak havoc all while singing a song. That song is catchy. I really love that song. Like, it's a great song. And I'm just like, there was no way they could do that in the animated series. So the fact that they did this here is so cool and everything, And so like, as they're wreaking havoc and everything, it catches the attention of Batman. So he tries to stop them, but he is unable to stop them and everything. And so when they escape, she's like watching like her old network, and they're gonna have this this Valentine's Day special, which was supposed to be her Valentine's Day special. And they do it with a guy who looks like Dr. Phil. So this pisses her off. to where the Joker's all like, well, let's get some revenge and everything. See, the takeaway from this is that instead of her being a traditional hench girl who says yes to everything the Joker does because he wants to do something, it's more this time of things she wants to do, and the Joker helps her do what she wants to do, wreaking like chaos and havoc and stuff. So, of course, they go there and they start terrorizing the network, taking people hostage. She's like, I'm gonna kill everybody and everything, stuff like that. And then she tells the Joker to tie everybody up and gas them. This is the point where he's just like, kind of like, I'm the boss here. And seriously, he tells her straight up, like, and he scares the piss out of her to where she like quivers and everything. And then so of course the Bat family shows up. Batgirl gets taken out early. Batman and Joker are going like toe to toe. And the Joker tries to escape because somehow the building caught on fire from like a bomb Harley tried to throw. And Batman deflected it, and so like it caused this explosion, fires everywhere. Batgirl and Robin, they get like the people out, and Joker decides this is the perfect time for him to escape. So he tosses Harley to Batman, and he kind of like shoves her away so he can get the Joker, but he can't get the Joker. She is now finna burn to death, so Batman saves her. And so like she's all like, oh, you know, I'm so stupid for believing him and all this other crap. And Batman's all like, you know, the Joker only cares about himself and nobody else. And so as she's being hauled away by the cop sits down and he sits on a whoopee cushion. He picks it up, and then in writing on the whoopee cushion talking about get better soon, Jay. She knows it's a message for her, and she's thrilled with glee and everything. And so I have to say, even though this was like much different than what we know, it was still cool and unique. And I really, really, really enjoyed the twists and turns and the differences from the original series. Now, this Harley Quinn, and just like everybody else in this series, is voiced by different people. Now, this Harley Quinn, she's voiced her a couple of times since the original actress has stopped doing it. So she's done a couple of animated movies and stuff. And she's kind of the go-to Harley Quinn other than Tara Strong. Every now and then they get some other people, but they mostly go back to her. And so the actor who plays the Joker, it takes a while to get used to his appearance. It takes a while to get used to his voice because sometimes it goes deep, sometimes it doesn't. But he's really good. Like, he sounds the way he's drawn. And that's a cool thing. However, his original drawing was that of him in a straitjacket, a purple and green straitjacket. Fans didn't like that. They complained. So the creators put him back in his traditional, like, purple, like, suit and everything. But they changed it up. And this Joker, for some reason, is barefooted and knows monkey kung fu. I kid you not. And stuff. And so, like, yeah. Now, wasn't that romantic? Or depressing, depending on what kind of video I just talked about. Okay, well, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And bye.